Hey you guys, I'm back again. I'm back again. I'm sure you guys are wondering like what is happening to the background because the background is different than my usual background. Well, first of all, I'm not at my mom's apartment. Literally at my granny's place, which is my granny's house, and this is also home. But yeah, you guys get the drift. So basically, I'm sure you guys read the title, and some of you guys have been wondering where I've been all this time. 2021. you know, but 2021 for me has been crazy. That's all you guys have to know, and you guys already read the title, and I kind of think you guys have understanding to what's going on in my life right now. So stay tuned and enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, just double tap, and when you're subscribing, click that mm-hmm, mm-hmm, click that bell down below. Been so out of it for like so long, but like blonde is my thing right now. Blonde is like everything. I just can't. Blonde is everything. So let's get right into this. So I want you guys to know, since I'm at my granny's place, this place is always rowdy. Like I can't film shit. Like I just can't film nothing. There's always some background music, background sounds, weird things. Like right now, I think she's like doing something with the micro oven, and then you're gonna hear the ping sound when it's done. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. So just getting back to the story, getting literally into the story time with what happened and how told you with what happened, how I lost my job. But I'm just gonna tell you the full story, and then you're gonna decide on your own. Is it because I'm gay, that's why I lost my job, or is there something more to it? So for any of you guys who don't know, I'm just gonna backtrack a little bit so that you guys can be up to speed and catch up. So when I finished high school, I didn't literally go straight into varsity, right? I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna cruise, chill a little bit, and just find myself. So I didn't know by finding myself was literally going to find a job. That was finding myself at a call center called CCI. Everybody knows CCI in Durban, right? And I hope I'm not gonna get sued for calling their name on the internet. But yeah, and I worked there for what, like 11, 12 months. Year started, and then I started in a different company called Synergy, where I am currently terminated in Synergy as we speak. Because the matter, like CCMA is kind of dealing with the issue right now. So like I'm just gonna tell you what happened right till CCMA, right? Okay, so call me for an interview. I went for the interview. Did the interview, slayed the interview period pool. Done the typing test, done the grammar test to check your English, and then my English was like perfect. Whom's am I? And then from there, told me, okay, well, it was successful. Just wait for like the training timetable. I was like, yeah, cool. And then I waited for that for like a month, I think. And then it came. Then from May, I trained, right? Till June, which is like last month. So in the beginning of June, I think it was like the first till like the 5th. I can't be too sure what day it was, but I'm just gonna try and remember. Um, while I was in training, so you sign like there's something called a training agreement. So that contract kind of has like clause where they say things like you can't be absent when you're in training, because you might get terminated and all of that stuff, right? I was like, okay, get it. Are you gonna take any leave in the next 12 months and all of that? So we signed the contract, started my training, did everything. Then I felt sick at work, literally at work. And then people are making fun of me being sick at work. So I was like literally puking everywhere at work, literally. And do you know what people had to say about me puking? Just take a wild guess what they said. Take a wild. Those idiots literally knew I was sick. Like, okay, well, because I started being sick around 2, yeah, like 1400. Coming back from lunch, I was like, yo, I'm not feeling myself. I just have like this aching headache, and I feel like I'm gonna puke. And everybody just made fun of me, right? They were like, what did you eat? Someone like, oh, morning sickness. And someone like, yeah, you got it down the weekend. I'm like, you guys know, like I'm so sick, and you guys are joking about this whole thing, right? Okay. I started puking, I started running to the toilet. Maybe I ran like 4 times, I think. And then the 5th time, when I literally, my trainer, some guy called Mawaka, oh, his English, God. This guy, so he was like, no, Simpy, I can tell that you're weak, you're not feeling okay, you're not feeling like yourself. So how about we just leave, okay? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I'm gonna take you upstairs. I was like, okay, no problem. So when I got up, so there was like two doors, right, in our training room. There's like another exit there, and then there's like another exit and entrance there. So when he went on that other exit, I literally ran for the other one. I couldn't even make it 3 steps after I literally passed the door. I puked on the floor. Mind you, ask me where's the floor. The floor is in the reception. The reception of the business. The reception where everybody, literally, when I say everybody, I mean from visitors, international visitors, the owner of the company, executives, managers, everyone who literally, I was so embarrassed. I literally puked on my mask, and literally, like, I had my mask, right? It was like this. So when I puked on it, and then it came out of my mask. Oh, like, ooh, child. You guys, please bear with me. First of all, I don't have my ring light here, and so I'm using natural lighting, and God right now is like, take a picture outside. But I'm like, baby boy, I'm trying to make a video. My subscribers and my people have been waiting. So, okay, they got me water. I went outside to get fresh air and all of that, and then they were like, okay, so like, it's called COVID raps. It's more like those people who are kind of like those health and safety people. Yeah, so they were like, well, we think for the interest of the company, you need to literally just go home and just check, and like, and also go to hospital and check, like, are you okay? Because vomiting is a sign of having coronavirus, right? Ooh, the lighting is back popping. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So when I left work, I think it was like close to 4. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go the following day, which was gonna be a Friday. Wait. Yes, it was gonna be a Friday, because I was sick on Thursday, so I went on a Friday. So I went to the clinic, they did all the blood tests, and they checked everything. Luckily, I don't have COVID. I'm just gonna insert a picture of my result there. They were negative, and also not just that, I found out that I had food poisoning. So when the doctor kind of explained to me the food poisoning, how I got it, basically I was eating too much of processed foods, not because somebody poisoned me, like, deliberately, it was like Vienners, sausages, literally everything that you can think of, literally, even bread, processed. So I had to, like, kind of had to stop a little bit, and I went back to work on Saturday, because I think that was my last day of training on that Saturday, before I went to the floor, right? So, you kidding me? This lighting, ajijona. So, like that rapid test thingy, where when you test for COVID, it takes up to 25 minutes, close to 30, if not 40 minutes max, and then you get your results. Went back to work, everything was fine, worked, And then on Monday, so the lady who's in charge of training, like the executive manager of training, her name is Kim. Her real name is Kim. I'm not going to discuss her name. People need to know. Her name is Kim. She works on the Synergy Innovations calls. Yes, in Mshlanga Reach. Yes, Kim. You want the address? It's Ken Gates. Okay. Well, Kim sent someone to tell me, right? She sent someone to tell me that my nails are too long and all of that, and she doesn't think I'm going to be able to work. Mind you, Synergy is not my first call center. I can fly with these nails. I can fly with them. So just so you know. Okay, when the lady got to me, she told me everything. Like, she was like, wow, Kim thinks you need to cut your nails because they're too long and you're not going to be able to... Hello? Not going to be able to work properly and all of that. And I was like, oh, I was like, well, I'm going to work because this is not my first call center. And then she was like, no, you can slay without nails. And I was like, wait. And then you see, they're shorter than what they always look like, or length. So, and then I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I literally did just that. And then after I made my nails shorter. I think I saw Kim 2 or 3 weeks after that, right? When I had these now, I had these. Um, when I saw her, she said to me, she called me by my surname. And then I was like, yeah, hi, Kim. And then she was like, what did they say to you about your nails? I was like, well, they said my nails were too long. Apparently, the person, because she was with the lady, I was like, she said that you said my nails are too long, so I had to cut them, and I cut them in the short, or they shorter than what they were at the time. And she was like, well, no, 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 that's unacceptable. You can't have nails. I'm like, what do you mean I can't have nails? Because they're short and I can do everything. She was like, no, 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 that's unacceptable. You can't have nails because you're male. I love being male. I could never change it for a thing. I wouldn't even switch it. Not to say whoever is not male or feel like they shouldn't be male, there's something wrong, there's nothing wrong with them. But I personally, individually, I'm happy as a male being. And it's just that I'm a very flamboyant and really, expressive human being. I'll put it in that manner. And then after that, went to human resources, right? HR. When I got to HR, I told them the whole story, like from scratch. Like, well, she's said this before, and I've done this because it was new. And then the guy from HR apparently said to me, well, judging from what you're saying, it makes sense. And also, not just that, but also, there's nothing wrong with you having nails. There's no rule. Even if there was a rule, that would be like an oppressive rule. And also, like, what do nails have to do with anything? Because you can do your work, I'm sure. That's why they hired you. I was like, yeah. And even when I came here for my interview and stuff, I had like goddamn long nails. Like the hood nails. Period. That's the problem with white people. Okay, so I don't want to generalize and stereotype and say that's the problem with white people, but that's the problem with a lot of white people, majority of them, that they think because you have long nails that it's ghetto, it's hood, it's, like, exactly. But, like, even talking about this is actually making me pissed. Yeah, it's making, like, I need a moment to, like, okay, so I took a moment and I kind of, because the thing is, it's really upsetting and people don't understand. No matter how proud and know yourself you can be, and confident and have all the self-esteem and all of that, but like, I wouldn't say it affected me, but it kind of made me realize something that I was not realizing, because I kind of have this mentality of blocking negative things out of my mind. And I think for someone to come at me that direct, I've never really experienced anything like that. No one has ever came in direct, like, to me like that and said shit, which made me feel like shit. And I think I'm upset even right now thinking about it, because what people don't understand is the fact that we are different. And when I say we, I mean the LGBT plus QI community. We're different, and we get that. We know that we're different. We know we're not like the normal person in society, and we know that, like, look at me. I do my hair, I do my face, I have lashes on, I have nails, I sometimes wear heels, but I wear boy clothes. So I think I'm different from a normal, like that mentality, or with that energy of them kind of making or saying or telling you that you're different, knowingly that you are different. It kind of hits, because like I'm this strong person, I'm confident, and I'm very contained, and I'm also, when I say I'm continent, I mean, like, in a sense of, like, I'm unshakable, like, you can't just say anything to me and then it's gonna shake me. But I think coming from someone who's higher than me, and I wouldn't call it like it's a pedestal, but like at work, she's kind of in a higher pedestal than I am. For her to even think it's okay to actually address me and say it's unacceptable, like, I don't, like, like, I just don't get it. I don't make it make sense. Like, I don't get it. I don't think it's okay. I don't think no one should be addressed
about those things. Because when we all go to work, we all go to work because we're there to make money, and we have life after work. Some of us clock out at 5, 6, 7, or 8. After those hours, we all have a life. We have babies. Some of us have babies. Some of us have husbands. Some of us have wives. Some of us don't have those things. We have pets. And we need to feed our pets, because they're our babies. So when someone kind of takes your bag, like, you're not only coming for me and my entire existence, you're also coming for my bag, bitch. Like, that's my fucking bag. Like, I'm sorry, but like, that's my fucking bag. I'd rather get demonetized, but that's my fucking bag that she came for. And I think what people don't understand, don't mess with no one's bag. Don't ever fucking mess with no one's bag. And that's on period. So after I sent her to HR, explained everything that happened. So I only work weekdays. It was a Thursday, and then there was Friday, and then on Monday, the guy from HR called me, and then he was like, well, can I talk to you and stuff? So I was like, yeah, sure. He said he had an update for me. I was like, yeah, what's the update? And then he was like, well, the update is, we did this and we did that. Anyone who works in a call center, you know that you only talk about payroll when you're leaving. Literally. Payroll and you, it's when you guys are parting ways. So he was talking about payroll. I was like, why are you talking about payroll? Like, I'm confused. Who's leaving? I was like, well, the head of training, which is Kim, by the way, is actually dismissing you. What? I'm on operations right now. I'm on the floor. I work. I'm working. I'm not under training. Why is she dismissing me? Well, she's dismissing you because apparently you were absent this one day in training. Well, she said because you were absent, they have every right to terminate you. And I was like, okay. So why did it take for her or anybody else 3 weeks for them to notice that I was sick? And why did it take 3 weeks for them to know or notice that they were the ones who sent me home to go get checked up and then check up for COVID also, if I have COVID or not, and if I don't, come back to work with the results. It took them 3 weeks for them to realize all of that, right? And I was like, what's the funny part? The funny part is, I feel like you personally have nothing to say to me besides also you, because she's higher than you, telling me also to, to leave. So it was like, oh, well, but what I can do for you, I can give you the separation agreement. I was like, well, bring that separation agreement. I want to read it. But he was like, well, it has terms and conditions. The terms and conditions in this separation agreement, you can't have any unfair dismissal dispute. When I was reading, I was like, baby boy, that is not going to happen. I'm so sorry, but because right now, when I'm done with you guys internally, because you guys kind of sorted out, I'm going to CCMA. Can you realize that, right? Well, he was like, well, you know what I can do for you? I'm going to try and find someone for you to speak to, someone higher than her, someone higher than me. I was like, okay. Mind you, the process is, if you're dealing with HR in a call center, or I don't know, in other work sectors, HR, your manager and your operations manager and the person from HR needs to be there, and the person who's firing you or who has a problem with you. Mind you, ever since I started the journey with HR, it has always been me and the guy from HR. There was no representative from my side, as in like the managers and the operations managers. None whatsoever. My hair looks so pretty. I was like, yeah, sure. I came back tomorrow, and then he called me. I think it was like 10:30. He's like, well, can you sit there? He literally isolated me from our workspace. He went to put me in like some room. I was sitting in that room from 10:30 to 3:15. I was jogging down everything. Because in my mind, when I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? Now I have to go to CCMA. This is supposed to get to CCMA. I've had enough of this shit. So he comes back after all those hours, and then he comes tell me that well, the person that you were supposed to speak to is unavailable. You know, some bullshit story like they have a meeting all day. And I was like, well, didn't you speak to them yesterday? And the one, they were like going to tell you that they have a meeting the whole day. Maybe we could schedule into like another day or something. Like, well, I guess the best option would be for you to actually just sign the dismissal. I was like, okay, boy, okay. But just so you know, you guys, I'm going to CCMA. And then they were like, okay. So they called this lady who was sent by Kim, right? She was there, and another guy that I didn't know. It was my first time seeing him. Apparently, he's a trainer. Because I asked him, his name is like Charles. I think it's Charles. Yeah, he has a real name, Charles. And then it was this guy from HR. So now it's the four of us. They're all telling me to sign. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to record this conversation so that when I get to CCMA, I have proof, you know, and everything. And then the lady who was sent by Kim, who was actually standing in for her because she was not there in particular that day, because she was also in a meeting. But I saw her. Listen, and then they were like, well, I'm not happy with you recording this conversation, I'm like, well, I have every right, just so you know, Miss Mama, I have every right in South Africa to record this conversation because I'm taking you to CCMA, and because now I want us to speak based on facts, because you guys were sending things, irrelevant stuff to HR and making it seem like, look or sound like I'm a bad person. And then I was like, can I please have a copy of that, but I won't sign it. And then they gave it to me. They told me that what I need to do is just take the form, fill in the form, and they showed me how to fill in the form. I did just that, and then after that, they were like, well, send an email of the very same form to your company so that they can know that there's an unfair dismissal dispute case against them in progress. I was like, a lot of people know about this at work, but I feel like a lot of people who are like executive managers, like high on the ranks, like high on top, the man on top does know jack. I feel like people don't know, like, oh, by the way, I have a friend, her name is Smuntu, she was also fired for no reason, apparently, on that same Monday that I was supposed to leave. Yeah, she was also fired, and she's trans, and she's black, just so you know. So now you guys be the judge of everything and tell me by just judging of this whole story. And she was still in training. So she was still in training. She just got dismissed without knowing why. I got dismissed because I was sick and they sent me home. I got sick, they sent me home, and then I got fired by the very same people who sent me home. And they were saying, I'm getting fired because I was sick. But we all know the firing because I was sick is just a cover-up. She's trying to get rid of us. And she's just a homophobic. And I hope, Kim, you watch this. You know, like I genuinely, sincerely hope you do watch this. And I want to tell you one thing, that the world does not deserve people like you. They don't. Honestly, they do not. And if you're just going to think because you are higher than someone that you can use your power and do all of that and just get away with it, maybe you've been doing it for a really, 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 really long time. But let me tell you, baby girl, seems like this was your last race, you know? Or like, yeah, I think this is your last race. Because you're not going to get away with it with me. I'm not going to let you, nor anybody else, run all over me. I'm a city girl. I'm a city girl. So don't mess with me, baby girl. Because it will go down. It will go down. And I think maybe it's high time that you make people like you. And that goes for anyone in the world who thinks it's okay. Never base my work on my sexuality. That has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything. Okay, guys, so that was like the full tea as to why I am at home, sitting in my grandmother's house, not doing jack. Because I got fired because I was gay. Period. That's a fact. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And now, all I would want for you to do is to just subscribe. And I'm sure you already left a comment, right? Make sure that you leave a comment so that I can answer your comments in the next video. And just so you know that a video will be coming up pretty soon, you know, pretty soon, because without you guys, there wouldn't be me, and without me, there wouldn't be any content. So you guys keep on liking my videos and keep on watching my videos, and I'm gonna keep on making more content, and that's on period. And that's on period. That's on period. Oh, you guys, I look so cute. Like, I just can't. I look so cute. You guys just... like, why are boys who are rocking makeup look this good? Like I don't know. Like, it's too much for me. It's way too much for me. And the next video will be coming up pretty soon. And I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it might be something new. Maybe it might be something new. Maybe it might be something that other people don't know that I can do. I have a lot of talents. I have a lot of talents. So you guys, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment down below, because you know that Katie loves you. And that's on what? That's on... I'm your boy. Like, I don't know how to close this conversation, because I haven't spoken to you guys for like a really long time, and I've missed you guys, and I love you guys.